It's uncertainty time. We're studying uncertainty. So we're going to talk about uncertainty tonight. Get ready. It's all about uncertainty, your relationship to the fact of uncertainty. Uncertainty isn't a maybe. Uncertainty is an always. And because uncertainty is always, having a healthy relationship to it is mandatory in order to live as a conscious individual. Full stop. Now, that's much easier to say than to do as a human because you have a survival instinct. And the survival instinct says very loudly, I don't like it uncertain because uncertain means I could get dead. Okay. The fact is it's still there. So rather than ignore it and pretend it's not there, elephant in the room and all that, rose-colored glasses, whatever you want to call it, we're just going to look at it straight in the face and admit we're uncertain and see if we can come up with some better strategies for interacting with it. Fair enough? So your own version of uncertainty will be presenting itself, and we'll all learn together what to do about it. I've seen this in you a lot, so we know exactly what's going on with you. Is part of what happens is you let energy in, and then you're like, foreign body in my body, right? It's like the white blood cells go, ooh, we need to go heal that. So a lot of times you interact with new energy in your body as if it's an attacker. Even if it's yummy, lovey, kissy face energy or sweet, loving energy, it's real easy to just have the survival instinct go, attacker, rather than, oh, maybe this is yummy. Maybe this is good for me. Maybe this is a blessing, right? So trusting yourself to have boundaries, trusting yourself to know how to interact with this stuff, rather than assuming it's negative, assuming you have to defend. And you've had to defend because of when you were younger, no boundaries at all, the ocean waves of other people's energy.
And so not just when I was younger.
Yeah.
When I was older.
So it's like all of y'all have to stay out, but then all of a sudden someone will touch you, something will touch you, and you'll be like, oh, but I like you in, but how do I let you in without letting everything in? And even when you just say, I'll let you in, there's this feeling of overwhelm. Tidal wave. You got a little tidal wave thing going on.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So the trick to this is you need the bouncer. You know, when you have the club, there's the big guy that stands out front. You can give him a name if you want, Bubba, or some good name like that. Pick a name for him, right? Seriously, pick a name for him, and he's your bouncer. And he decides who gets to come in the club. Now, you know, it's not one of those clubs where only the hot girls in the size 1 dresses get to come in, right? That's not our rule. It's what contributes to me living consciously, what contributes to me feeling joyful, what contributes to me being able to love myself more. Whatever your standards are, you give Bubba the rules, and you trust that that energy of your own warrior nature, that we're calling Bubba for the fun of it, stands in front of you and helps say, no, not you, no, not you. Yes, you get in, and lifts the velvet rope, right? So you just need Bubba, that's all. That was the answer all along. You're just missing out on your Bubba sales. You need some Bubba.
All right.
Right? And then you can trust the judgment of that aspect of you, because it's really you. It's really you saying, I need a bouncer. And so when you start to feel a little, you can say, oh, was Bubba taking a break? Come on, Bubba, get back on your job, right? And actually interact with the energy that way, because it's literally that. It's literally learning to have a gatekeeper that doesn't just say no to everybody or yes to everybody, that has discernment. And it's a boundary that gets reinforced. You know, a lot of times people set boundaries but don't remember to reinforce them or to remind themselves of them. They're like, I have a boundary, and then they let it get old and moldy. We have a whole talk on this about fences. Like, you build a fence, you take all the trouble to make the fence really strong, you maintain it, right? Because it's much easier to put a coat of paint on it and maybe top in a few loose nails than it is to put a whole brand new fence up. Boundaries are exactly the same. You maintain them. And you guys are very bad at that. Sorry, but it's true. We don't like to say you're bad at anything, but you kind of are, because you're not used to knowing that you reinforce the decision to set a boundary. You think, I'm going to get all pissed off and ready to set a boundary with that such and such and so and so, and here it comes, boundary! Usually set in anger, so, you know. Anyway, you set a boundary, and you think somehow it's like, you know, a big slab of cement in the wall. It's not. It's barbed wire, you know. You got to get out there and reinforce it and make sure nothing's cut it. And you don't like to do it because you had to get pissed off to set the boundary in the first place, and you don't want to get pissed off again. That's why you don't wait till you're pissed to set a boundary, because then it's easier to reinforce it. Do you understand? So we say set boundaries early and often, and we mean it. Set it really soon. As soon as you think there's a glimmer of needing to, you set it. You can always move it, but you can't get it back once it's gone very easily, or else you get this. Okay? Mm-hmm. Boundaries early and often. Bubba.
Okay.
Or you can give him another name, but for some reason we like Bubba.
Okay.
Oh, Veronica watched Forrest Gump last night. That's why she likes Bubba. We're like, why is this Bubba word? Because she watched Forrest Gump last night.
All right.
Bubba. You got it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Good.
You're
Good.
done.
Yep.